Hey everybody, Bill Murphy here, and what can you say about Enter the Gungeon from Dodge Roll Games and Devolver Digital? I don't really have words. It's a bullet hell dungeon crawling roguelike that's kind of unlike anything I've played. You're gonna just have to watch. As you watch this sort of like 25-minute video, you'll see you kind of start off with a selection of characters, the Marine, the Convict, the pilot, and you pick one. They all have their own starter guns and sort of special little abilities and things like that, which I'm not too sure about just yet. And then you go through this tutorial before you're allowed to enter the Gungeon, the tutorial being what you're watching right now, where helpful Manuel, that's right, a guy named Manuel, who is also a manual, will sort of walk you through the basics of the game. You can actually flip up tables to use them as protection. You have, obviously, of course, a dodge roll that you can use to dodge bullets and the like that. And really, the whole point of the game, each dungeon, every time you enter the dungeon, I'm sorry, I keep calling it a dungeon, but it should be the Gungeon. Every time you enter a Gungeon, it is randomly drawn for you. What enemies are in the rooms, what rooms you face, and everything like that. It's all procedurally generated, just like the classic action RPGs and classic roguelikes, so you never know what you're going to get. Even when you get to the boss of a dungeon level, which you're going to see two of in this video, I go through two bosses. I don't beat them because I'm terrible at these games. I die both times, but I almost beat the second one. What you're going to see is the fact that the bosses are also randomized. There's a selection of bosses that the game will pull from, and you'll never know who you're going to get when you get to the end of a Gungeon level. And of course, there's a shopkeeper hidden on each floor of the Gungeon at some point, and you can go in there and you can spend your sort of bullet casings, because you don't have money in the game, and you spend your bullet casings to buy certain upgrades. You can buy more life or anything like that. You can buy guns. You can buy maps of the area so you know what you can expect and where you might have missed some rooms to clear, because if you clear the rooms, chances are you might find some loot or some more bullet casings and things like that. And the whole thing is really fun. I don't even know what the end game of this would be. What I do know is, like most hard PC games or console games, because it is on the PS4 as well, it is probably going to take you a long time to, quote-unquote, beat everything there is to it, unless you're, unlike me, very, very good at games like Ikaruga. So keep an eye out on Steam and PlayStation 4's PlayStation Network store for Enter the Gungeon, as it's out today. I think it's a whopping like $15. It's not expensive at all. I think the download itself was only like 1 gigabyte, but every so often, there are some really cool indie games. I shouldn't even say every so often. There are so many cool indie games coming out these days that this is absolutely one of them. If you're into shooters, if you're into things like Ikaruga, but you like the sort of light-hearted adventure and humor that you see here, I would highly recommend this game. It's very addictive. Even though I liken it to games like Dark Souls. Even though you're gonna die and you're gonna face that boss and get mad every time you narrowly lose, you're gonna want to go back and do it again, because it never feels cheap. It feels like maybe you didn't do something wrong. Maybe you didn't dodge roll at the right time, or maybe you didn't use your blank to clear the bullets out of the room at the right time. And it always feels like it's on you, which means you have to go back and do it again, because you can beat this, you just have to try harder. So that'll do it for our little Enter the Gungeon spiel, folks. I'll turn over the video to you so you can watch it and just see what it's all about, and watch me die as the pilot, of course. I'm Bill Murphy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like this video. If you do so, I will be your friend forever. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
What?